What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here in the crew. Yes, we are having some fun in the crew. Alright, time to get down and dirty. So, I've got all the Ford Focus models now. So I've got the Street Class, I've got the Dirt Class, which you have right here, and I've also got the Performance Class. Now, they have not released a Circuit Class or a Raid Class for it, but I'm pretty sure from my understanding that they will come eventually. So these are the first couple runs with these cars. As you can see, I've been plowing all the way up there to get these things up to the maximum point, or near maximum at this point, and 1177 is my level. We are in the Escape from Justice, I think it is, or something like that, Race from Justice, Raid, not Raid, Faction Mission. This is the first time I'm running it. I figured what I would do is definitely record the first time I run things. In terms of these faction missions and these longer missions and stuff, because that way you get the best of everything. Now, you get my fails, you get all the awesomeness of the first time racing it, not knowing the track and all that stuff. Now, I've talked about this before, so I'm in the Crocodiles, which is the southern faction. And so, part of the whole MMO part of this is to race the points, race these special faction races, and the faction that wins has the most reputation at the end of the month gets a couple of special things from Ubisoft and Ivory Tower. In terms inside the game, they get some specialty faction missions or some stuff to run just for winning. I don't know exactly what it all is because, well, Crocodiles didn't win last month, so it was the West Coast that won. So to them. But, so, there's a lot to this because you get reputation. As you gain reputation, you get more daily money, if you will. So, when I log in, my faction missions will give me more money. One of the objectives, one of the achievements is to get to $10,000 a day. So, you got to do a lot of faction runs to do that. And there's a lot of different faction types and races out there. I'm definitely liking these checkpoints. Racing checkpoints here. Wow. Now, favorite cars so far, well, not cars, classes, of course, we've talked about this, is definitely Dirt Spec and Raid Spec. Those are my favorites because I can go anywhere that I want with them. I definitely like the other ones too, and we're gonna have a little bit of everything. We are not stopping this. This is full on this year. I'm gonna show you. I am gonna show you the fun of this game. I don't care. So I'm still in awe about it, okay? Because you gotta figure, first time somebody's created a map of the U.S., albeit miniaturized, but it is essentially a map of the U.S. with major city locations in them and tons of content. I am about 52% completed. I have completed the missions. But you can now go back, once you've completed the full missions, the full first playthrough, if you will, now you go back on everything. Skills, missions, anything and everything in the game, and you're going to go for platinum parts. Platinum parts are a random drop on any race that you can platinum on. So if you can win it with a platinum time, which means you've got to be pretty good, then you get a guaranteed platinum part of somewhere between level 40 to 50, in which your ultimate goal is to get all level 50 platinum parts, so that way you're at that point where you're at the max level, or just about max level, and then you need to add some perk points from your garage to get yourself to the max level. Now, dirt track racing. This is my favorite. I'm getting used to these, the Ford Focuses. I like these. These things are like overpowered and sick ass in this car, in the game. I'd like to see some Subarus though, but maybe down the road in some DLC updates. Speaking of, we'll probably have some DLCs. I think we have the first DLC coming out this month, so that'll be first set of 5 cars and all that extra stuff, new missions and everything, so that should be good. But this is it. So this is a 35-point checkpoint race. This is not too bad. About 15 minutes. We should come out with roughly $80,000 and 700 and something reputation points, I think, on this one. So for 15 minutes, that's pretty damn good if you can do it. That's actually better than running PvP for 15 minutes. I mean, in 15 minutes of PvP, sure, you can run maybe 3 races, give or take, depending upon the length of the race, and come out with about 45 to 50,000. So we're gonna make a little bit extra cash in here. So faction missions, PvP missions, these are where you're gonna make your cash, and you're gonna make them fast. Also doing things like exploration stuff. So running the game, finding all the data stations will allow you to find all of the hidden cars, because there's 5 hidden cars. We've got 4 of them now. I will have that 5th one up, and I'll do the customization on the other ones. I haven't shown you all of them yet. Then you've also got... sorry. You've also got things like landmarks. There's like 252 landmarks or something like that. Every landmark gets you 2,000 bucks every time you locate a landmark. Easy to do as well, because once you've opened up basically the map, you can actually go to your main map, the big map, and you can actually use some sorting tools. So you can sort through faction missions, you can sort through skill challenges, you can sort through explorations. And inside of them, you can use extra filters, so you can filter specific types of missions, specific types of skill challenges, that type of stuff. Now, I've found that the easiest way to max up your car, once you've completed the main storyline and your the platinum rewards are available to you, is to actually find all the jump skill challenges. That's the easiest way. So jump challenges, there are some that you just can't achieve in a certain car based off of the type of road it is, okay? So, you know, if you're on a dirt road, it's going to be a lot harder to get, you know, a circuit class car to run that and get platinum out of it. But and there's tons of different missions that you can run, obviously. So you can do the precision skills, you can do escapes, you can do jumps, you can do slaloms, you can do so many different things based off of, you know, what car it is and everything, to get you through and get those parts up here quickly. But I found, like I said, to really jump the gun quickly into the platinum level, jump skill missions are the best to get up there quick. But you're going to want to run some of the other ones as well, because there's, you know, award points and such achievements that are based off of you getting platinum in all 5 areas of the country, on all of the separate skill missions, and this, that, and everything else. So there's a lot of things to do in here, a lot of challenges, a lot of things in the game. And like I said, I'm solid on the 60 FPS here. My settings are ultra. The only thing I have on is I've got on my anti-aliasing, I set it down to FXAA. I can go higher than that. I can go MXAA, I can, you know, multi-sample, I can do all of that. But for the fact that I'm moving through the game so quickly, the scene is changing, it's generating as we go. A lot of it's already preloaded, but you know, you've got so much more than, let's say, being in like Battlefield or being in like Warframe or COD even, you know, where the environment is set as the environment. It's kind of a static environment, and you're moving. In this case, your car is moving, and so is the environment. So when people talk about, oh, I'm getting crappy FPS and this and that, well, you know, adjust your settings just enough. You're going to still get a beautiful quality video, beautiful quality gameplay out of it. I mean, even at this setting, it's still awesome to me. And you're going to get the FPS that you want out of the game. So you're going to find it enjoyable. You're not going to lag. You're not going to have that kind of issues. Sometimes we have to compromise a little bit. And I got no problem with that. And I fully understand, from having done programming and stuff in the past with computers, how that is affected, obviously. I mean, and maybe you do understand it, maybe you don't, from what I'm trying to say, but because the environment is moving so fast, because you're moving so fast, there's multiple things going on that you have to adjust for that in order to make sure you have smooth gameplay. And you're still going to get some beautiful stuff out of this. I mean, this is just awesome. It's still arcadey. It's meant to be an arcade racing game, and it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. So it met my expectations. In terms of arcade racing games, I would say it blows Need for Speed games out of the water right now, and I've been so upset with EA and Need for Speed games over the past several years that anything can blow them out of the water at this point. This is definitely a step up from the Test Drive Unlimited series and the Driver San Francisco series, or Driver series. I think it's awesome, but that's just me, you know. And hopefully you guys enjoy this stuff. I know not as many. Oh, I just took out Bambi, and it was a delayed noise reaction on the car. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well, the few people that watch. But as is with everything else, as we get more content up, I explain more things about the game, I show you more stuff, we'll get more people enjoying it and watching it, hopefully. So, and we'll just continue with everything else. I know I'm making it look semi-easy, but like I said, Dirt and Raid Class are my favorite parts so far in the game in terms of how I play. Some of these fences, as you'll see, if I hit them, like these fences here with the metal rope or whatever you'd have in them, the chicken wire, if you will, they really slow down your car when you hit them, so you gotta be careful. Some of the other ones that are just like wooden fence, you can just plow through it and it's not going to really affect the speed of your car, that type of stuff. But there is a lot of environment stuff. So the road, right now we're on the dirt road, you've got gravel road that you've seen, we'll have the highway. All these surfaces do affect the way your car handles and drives, obviously based off of parts on your car as well. Yes, low-level cars are going to handle like crap. Higher level cars handle much better. You know, don't expect it to be simulation, but they handle much, much better. And we'll do a lot more customization because I'm at 48 cars I own right now out of the 147 that are in the base game. And I say 147 because it's based off of not just models of cars, but all of the different specs of the cars too. So, you know, if you take the Chevy Camaro, so the Chevy Camaro full stock all the way up through circuit class, so you get every single one of those Camaros, and I've got them all. And then same would go for the BMW, or same would go for the Dodge Viper, or that type of stuff, or like the Ford Focus here. Those are each basically considered different cars, and I can fully understand why, because each is customized different, each looks different, each plays different. So there is that factor, and then there's all the new ones to come as well. I would assume that it's going to be similar to how they did it with this, with the pre-order DLC stuff, where you get the full stock version of the car, possibly even the street version of the car for free. Beyond that, you're going to have to pay for the upgrades to, you know, Dirt and Raid and Circuit and whatnot. And that's perfectly fine too. And I don't know, I assume that probably some of these other cars that are in game will get those extra classes at the same time, so that way there's more content for players who choose not to buy the DLCs. And, you know, the cars, they do all act differently. Some are better than others. You know, some people complain that this car is not as good as that car, and this one should be the best car, and, you know, they all play differently. But they also play off of skills, so anyone can beat anyone at any time in PvP, or even in these faction runs when you're playing multiplayer in the faction runs as well. So a lot of it does come down... Oh, Black Bear. A lot of it does come down to pure driving skill. And you can play anyway. You can play keyboard. You can play controller. Oh, I don't know what that was. You can play steering wheel. There's adjustments and settings for everything. There's hardcore settings. There's, you know... hold on. We're going to gun through this one. This means we're going up in the air. Woo! Whoa! Alright. So yeah, there's just so much. I know that you've probably got about 8 people in your session at any given time. That's at least that's what you see. But there's a lot more people playing, and it's based off of proximity. So I think it's within like 3 or 4 miles of you that there's certain people will be there. Once you step out of that zone, or once you fast travel to a different zone, you'll see, 7 other people join the multiplayer or the area. It's just so that way there's not so much lag for you, but anyone has access to co-oping with you and such, and they all get messages when you're in there. So if I fast travel from one location to another, I'll see a whole bunch of different people. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, here we go. Finished. Yeah! Hopefully you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I have an awesome epic run for you in the next video. It is the longest racing course I have ever done in my life. Anyway, comments, suggestions, likes, all that jazz below. We'll see you later.